You think you're making your own decisions, but right now someone is controlling your mind, and you don't even notice. Every day we think we're in control of our lives, but the truth, people around you, friends, co-workers, even family, are using secret techniques to influence your thoughts, feelings, and actions. In this video, you'll discover the hidden ways people control you, without you ever realizing it. By the end, you'll see how easy it is to be manipulated and how to fight back. Imagine this. You're at work and your boss casually suggests an idea. By the end of the conversation, you're convinced it was your idea all along. Or think about social media. Have you ever liked or shared something just because everyone else did? That's a subtle form of control. Even in friendships or relationships, small comments can steer your emotions, make you doubt yourself, or push you to do things you wouldn't normally do. And the scary part is, most of us don't notice it. Gaslighting is one of the most insidious ways people control you without you realizing it. It's when someone makes you doubt your own memory, perception, or even your sanity. The term comes from a 1940s play where a husband manipulated his wife into thinking she was losing her mind. In real life, it happens everywhere. Imagine your co-worker takes credit for your idea, and when you confront them, they say, "I never said that. Are you sure you remember correctly?" Suddenly you start questioning yourself. Was it really your idea? Even in relationships, gaslighting is subtle but powerful. A partner might say, "You're too sensitive," after criticizing them, or "You're imagining things," when you notice suspicious behavior. Over time, you begin to doubt your instincts and start seeking validation from the very person manipulating you. The danger of gaslighting is that it works silently. By the time you realize it, your confidence is eroded, and they've already gained control over your decisions. The key to resisting it is to trust your own perceptions, write things down, and seek outside perspectives before letting someone twist your reality. Emotional manipulation is a sneaky way people control your actions by playing with your feelings. Unlike gaslighting, which makes you doubt reality, emotional manipulation makes you act against your own interests, often without even noticing. Think about a friend who constantly makes you feel guilty. Maybe they say things like, "After everything I've done for you, you can't do this one thing for me." Suddenly you're agreeing even though you didn't want to. Or consider a co-worker who uses fear. If you don't handle this task, it'll reflect badly on the team. You feel stressed and pressured, and before you know it, you're doing what they want. Even in dating or family situations, emotional manipulation is everywhere. Compliments mixed with subtle criticism, guilt trips, or emotional blackmail can make you prioritize someone else's desires over your own. The terrifying part? You often don't realize it's happening until it's too late. But once you understand these tactics, you can spot them, pause, and decide for yourself before someone else pulls the strings of your emotions. Social proof is one of the most subtle ways people influence you without you even realizing it. It's the idea that you assume what everyone else is doing must be the right choice, and suddenly your decisions aren't really yours anymore. Think about social media trends. You see everyone liking or sharing a certain post, and before you know it, you're doing the same thing. Or imagine a meeting at work where everyone nods in agreement with a suggestion. You start thinking, maybe I'm wrong, maybe they're right. Even if deep down you disagreed, peer pressure works in both big and small ways. Friends, co-workers, or even strangers can push you to follow the crowd, buy something you don't need, join an activity you're uncomfortable with, or adopt opinions that aren't truly yours. The scary part? Your brain is wired to seek approval. You want to belong. And manipulators know this. By creating the illusion that everyone else is doing, they can guide your choices without saying a word. The first step to resisting it is awareness. Realize when you're following the crowd. And pause to ask, do I really agree, or am I just copying? Subtle lies are one of the quietest but most powerful tools people use to control you. These aren't big, obvious lies that get caught immediately. They're small, believable statements repeated over time until your brain starts accepting them as truth. Imagine a co-worker who constantly says, "Everyone agrees with me on this," even if it's not true. Over time, you start doubting your own perspective and begin to align with theirs. Or think about social media influencers who casually state half-truths. Before you know it, your beliefs, habits, or even your spending decisions are influenced without realizing it. The key trick here is consistency. When lies are subtle and repeated, they start shaping your perception. You don't even feel manipulated. You just assume your thoughts are your own. That's why awareness is crucial. Question information, double-check facts, and trust your instincts instead of automatically accepting what's presented to you. Remember, small lies might seem harmless, but in the hands of someone skilled in dark psychology, they can slowly steer your life in ways you wouldn't expect. Mirroring is a psychological trick that people use to build trust and subtly control you. It works by copying your behavior, speech patterns, or even body language. At first it feels natural, like you're just connecting with someone, but it's often used to influence your decisions without you realizing it. Think about a coworker who laughs at your jokes, repeats your phrases, or mimics your gestures. Suddenly you feel comfortable, trusting, even agreeing with them more than you normally would. Or in a dating scenario, a partner might mirror your interests or opinions to make you feel understood, but behind the scenes they're guiding your choices. The clever part? Mirroring creates a false sense of safety and agreement. Your brain interprets similarity as reliability. You think, we're on the same wavelength, while the person is actually steering you toward what they want. The way to resist this is to remain aware. Notice if someone always seems to reflect you perfectly, and pause before blindly following. Authority and scarcity are two psychological triggers that people use to control your decisions without you even realizing it. They work because your brain is wired to respect expertise and avoid missing out. Think about someone presenting themselves as an expert, a boss, a consultant, or even an online influencer. When they speak confidently, you tend to follow their advice, even if it contradicts your own judgment. You assume that authority equals correctness. Now combine that with scarcity. Ever notice phrases like limited time offer or only a few spots left? Your mind reacts instantly. Fear of missing out kicks in, and you act quickly, often without thinking critically. This is why manipulative marketers, salespeople, or even colleagues can push you into decisions you wouldn't normally make. The key insight here is that authority and scarcity bypass your rational thinking. They create urgency and trust automatically. The way to fight back: pause, question, and remind yourself, just because someone seems important or a chance is limited doesn't mean you have to comply immediately. Open-loop manipulation is one of the most subtle ways people control your thoughts and emotions. It works by leaving questions unanswered, information incomplete, or situations unresolved, so your brain keeps thinking about it until you act. Think about a friend who says, "I have something to tell you later," or a coworker who drops a hint about a big opportunity but never explains fully. Suddenly, your mind is obsessed with figuring it out. You worry, imagine scenarios, and often take actions just to close the loop, even if it wasn't necessary. This technique is everywhere. Social media thrives on it. Cliffhanger videos, mysterious posts, or teasers keep you scrolling. Even in personal relationships, leaving things unsaid can manipulate your emotions and decisions. The power of open loops lies in your brain's natural need for closure. Once you recognize it, you can resist the urge to act impulsively and regain control over your thoughts. Don't let anyone leave you hanging. They want your mind preoccupied for their benefit. The harsh reality: these tactics aren't always evil, they're human psychology. But once you recognize them, you regain control. The most dangerous trick: you controlling yourself for them without realizing it. By the time you notice, the influence has already shaped your choices. Which of these tactics shocked you the most? Comment below. And if you want more videos exposing hidden psychological tricks, hit subscribe before someone else convinces you not to.